So now we're going to listen to it all the way through, and I'm going to explain why I've done each section of the arrangement the way I have and how I've done it as well. So if you remember earlier in the course, we laid out the intro, the break, the drop, the post drop, another break, a build, a drop, a post drop, and an outro. And these weren't just plucked out of thin air. This was done by loading in a reference track. I used a Don Diablo track, and then mapping out by listening to that track where the different sections are. Now, in terms of how I've done these, I've literally just copied and pasted the drum loops, basically copy and pasted the main drop everywhere from start to finish. And then I started deleting the elements that weren't needed. So for instance, you know, this would have been done at the beginning. I'd have got the busiest parts with all the drums in like this, all the bass, and then just copied and pasted it across the whole of the arrangement. Okay, the effects are still off. So I can, and this is a really useful way for not only working out what tweaks you should make for the arrangement, but also with the mix. So I can instantly hear that this cool shuffle effect that I made, this effects loop, is too loud in the mix. And that bass is, again, the bass note, as I said before, just a couple of octaves up and just the sub bass. See, it's boring without any of these shuffle effects, but it has to be subtle. Kind of mixing, tweaking as I go. So to give a hint at the riff that's going to come, I actually used the reverse and then reverse the reverse. So it doesn't quite come in, but it just gives you a hint of what's to come. Like that. There's a bit of a click there actually. So I'll see if I can crossfade those two clips together. Which should, can I crossfade them together? It might be the wrong size. I'm just going to slide it slightly across the other one. And then crossfade it like that. And it should be a smoother transition now. Perfect. Again, I didn't reinvent the wheel. I just copied Don Diablo's structure for this. So let's listen to the vocals there. There's obviously some delay going on, and this is the delay that I put up on a auxiliary channel. And all I've done is I've automated my send, so it's not playing the whole time. So let's go show automation in new lane. So the vocals without their delay do this. This is just the dry vocals. So the vocals I got from Splice actually have a delay on it, but I wanted to extend that delay. So what I did was send it to my auxiliary delay track. And just filter out the sub frequencies. So let's hear it again. There we can see. And again. Okay, so the drum intro is too loud and this guy speaking is too quiet. Right, okay, so on our check in mono. That white noise needs boosting in the high frequencies for sure.
Forever in your heartbeat.
And I'm testing it at low levels as well to make sure I can hear the most important elements. Can I hear the vocals? Can I hear the kick? Can I hear the bass line? Can I hear the melody? Yes, I can. So you'll notice here, again with the kicks, I've put on this low filter. So here actually, what I would do to add contrast, because it's all about contrast in dance music, I'm going to automate the gain of the drums. And I'm going to automate it down for the break so that when it comes in, it's much bigger. Like so. I'll do that for the first break as well. And probably for the bass as well. Not happy with that white noise, bit harsh. Maybe some room reverb as well. and take. That's better. It just gels it into the mix more. So there's a lot of stop and start and listening and checking, and that is just part of the process. And what I would usually do at this stage is I'd actually bounce all of these down to audio, but you can mix just in the project session as well, as I have been. Or you can, as I say, export all of the separate audio stems, which frees up some CPU. It also allows you to kind of listen from a different point of view and not be tempted to go in and change things that you've already made, which can be quite liberating in a weirdly constricting kind of way. But as it is, we are going to use this as our main mixdown. And the next stage is I'm going to bus some things together, which is similar to grouping in Ableton. And that basically means that we're going to send a few different elements all to one thing and process them as a whole. For instance, all the drums, we'll send them to a drum bus and then add a couple of effects to that, just to make it pop and shine, take it from that 85% up to, well, we'll take it from 80% to 90%, and then the mastering stage will take it from 90% to 100%.